Alright, welcome ladies, gentlemen, and everyone in between. I am Violet Hyena, and we are here with perfect timing to do readings for you lovely people who have perfect timing, because only people who have perfect timing are here. Alright, and I am going to make a small announcement at the beginning of this stream that we're going to be doing live streams at 8 p.m. now, and no more morning streams because work has suddenly picked up for the summer and I can't do both, and the night streams have been doing better, so you guys will be seeing me during this time more. So yay! And I see chats. Snow Nirini says hi, hello. And Stony Rini says, will the mobile I'm buying be a good deal, or will I regret it as a second hand? Alright, so is the mobile phone you're going to be buying a good deal? That sounds like a tarot card question. That's a yes-no question. Alright, is it going to be a good deal phone? Is it going to be a good phone? Is the phone going to be good quality? I think that's the question we want. Is the phone that Snow is buying going to be good quality? Which deck would like Snow's question? Number 3. 1, 2, 3. The Robinwood Tarot. Robinwood Tarot. Okay. Will the phone be good quality? Will the phone be good quality? Will Snow's new phone be good quality? Alright, and it says no, because I read my yes-no questions as reversals are no and right sides up are yes, so unfortunately, it's a no. It will not be good. And we're gonna look into the card for more details. It says the world. So I think you looked at this phone like it was the world because it was very shiny. But you're not getting the world because it said no. I'm sorry, Snow. I wish you luck. It's a major arcana too, I'll tell you that. Please, one more card for clarity. I will do another card for clarity. what is the clarity question you want to ask? Okay, I do see you, John. I'm gonna put John on the list. I do want Snow to answer though, cause the same thing. John, I will not be bothering the cards with the exact same question. That would be not trusting the cards. You would need a different question. Oh, so John, I'm actually trying to contact with Snow because he asked a yes no question, and I'm trying to understand what his clarity question is. Yeah, I wasn't I wasn't bothering John about his question. I am trying to get Snow to talk to me. No, you're fine, John. But there is a thing about asking the cards just because you don't like an answer and wanting a different outcome from the cards feels a little it feels a bit disrespectful to the cards because you gotta trust the reading that you get. So I would need a new question for the cards, not just a repeating for the same question. Yeah. I mean, okay, so I'm gonna catch up on chat because I don't think Snow is replying to me. I think I upset him. I'm sorry. um, so we're gonna go to John. It's a different question. Yeah. And John, you understood that it wasn't about you. I thought it was about me. And John says, "Can I donate for more cards?" Um, was Christine asking about John on Reddit? I mean, John, you are open to donate if you like. You can go to my coffee page if you would like to donate. Um, because was Christine asking about you on Reddit is a yes no question. Now, if you want a clarity question card, and then I look into the card for clarity. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna pull a tarot card deck and then we'll do was Christine asking about you on Reddit? And then we'll look into the card for details. Okay, which tarot card deck? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Robin Wood Tarot. Yeah, I'll get the yes, no, and then I'll look into the card for more details. Okay, so the question was Christine asking about John on Reddit? Was Christine asking about John on Reddit? Was Christine asking about John on Reddit? And the answer is no. Let's see here. And we have the Queen of Swords. And swords are of the mind. And the Queen is embodiment of the suit and nurturing and supportive. So she's an embodiment of a sharp mind and always processing complicated things. She has beautiful butterflies on her robe, which do symbolize a peace of mind. What I'm getting from this card is that she is above the opinions of Reddit. And that's what I'm getting from this card, definitely. Okay, I hope that helps you out, John. Yeah, there's an account on there. Okay. Would you like to ask about the account? Who commented on some Pam Panga page? Yes. Alright, so I guess I'll ask the same deck since it's here. Who commented on some Pam Panga page? Who commented on some Pam Panga page? Who commented on some Pam Panga page? Well, Well, John, you did want more information. You got a 15 card spread. Would that be enough? Alright, fine, fine. Let's solve this mystery. So, we got 1, 2, 3, 4. These cards reveal the general situation and feel for the problem or question. And because of my setup, you're not going to be able to see the whole spread, but you are getting a full spread. So we're going to figure this out. And then 4, 5, 6 is these cards reveal the things you need to know but are not aware of. And then 7, 8, 9. Then 10, 11, 12. And then 13, 14, 15. Okay, let me try to make this work in some sort of order. We're gonna have to a whole table order reordering. Okay. We're gonna have to do this just so it all fits on the table. And then we're gonna push everything up for now. And that should allow you to see the spread. Well, John, you wanted more info. We're digging. The cards told me so. So, these cards reveal the general situation and feeling for the problem or question. So, the Ace of Cups, the Tower, and the Hanged Man. And the Hanged Man, the Tower is immediately my everything's falling apart card. Death and destruction. A huge change, more of a disruption of everything. Is it Hangman? So surrender for the Hanged Man, new perspective and awakening. So that's probably you witnessing whatever's going on Reddit and feeling devastated by it. And then it's just a very emotional beginning of a problem. So that's what I'm getting here. This is the situation itself. And then the 4, 5, 6, which is the 3 of Cups, the Queen of Cups, and reversals only count in yes or no questions. The Queen of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune. And this is, these cards reveal the things you need to know but are not aware of, or those things you know but do not think are pertinent. So the 3 of Cups are a group, and the cups are emotion, and they're dancing. And then a Queen of Cups, things you know but not are pertinent. And the Queen of Cups is the Queen of Emotions. For some reason, Christine might be representing there. And then the Wheel of a Fortune is fate. So fate and these cards reveal the things you need to know but not aware of, or those things you know but do not think are pertinent. So we'll leave these for here. We might have to come back for these. And then we have 7, 8, 9. Let's get you guys situated. And Christine was represented as the Queen of Swords in the previous reading. We'll keep that in mind. These cards reveal those things you can choose to change or personality traits you want to keep or lose. So if she represents Christine, then there's someone here who represents the Seven of Swords and the Five of Pentacles, which is conflict of coins. And then Seven of Swords, I feel like it's thievery or a red flag personality. And this one always speaks to thievery to me. And this one's still kind of crying Christine to me. So we're going to leave this as right now. And then the 11, 13, 12. These cards reveal those things you need to be aware of but cannot change, such as the attitudes of others or new situations. So the World. The World is fulfillment, completion, interconnectedness. Fulfillment, completion, and interconnectedness. For things that you need to be aware of but cannot change, such as the attitudes of others or new situations. Fulfillment, interconnectedness. Okay. Then 10 of Wands, which is Wands are creation. And he's got the whole bundle bundled up. So the project is complete and he's taking it off to town. It's also magic. And then the Fool is on the beginning of his journey and full of new hope and on a journey. These cards reveal things you need to be aware of but cannot change, such as the attitudes of others or new situations. And then the outcomes 13, 14, 15, which is the Nine of Pentacles, the Empress, and the Nine of Swords. Okay. So the Nine of Pentacles always speaks to me about the comforts of being rich. The Empress is the female representation of the major arcana. She represents fertility. abundance, love, creativity, fertility, nurturing, and sensuality. And then the Nine of Swords is fulfillment, nearing completion, actualization, and Swords of the Mind. Okay. So, the outcome of this situation is that you are feeling mental anguish from this Reddit post. You are privileged enough to have internet privileges to see this post. And you're thinking of the female that you see as an empress. Is there anything here that you think is missing, John? That you are feeling anguish over this Reddit post? And that is the final outcome. Now, is it someone who knows her? That's a yes no question. I can do that. She lives nowhere near. Alright, is it someone. So, is the question, is it someone who knows Christine? Okay. So, I'm gonna move my table back. I'm gonna move my table back and then I'll answer your question. A lot of movements went on here. There we go. Everything should be back in frame now. Okay. WYM mental anguish outcome. They commented on other reading pages. The final outcome of whatever you read was that you had mental anguish, and that was what the cards were telling me. Okay, so is the account in question Someone who knows Christine. Is the account in question someone who knows Christine? Yes. So the answer is yes. It's someone who knows Christine. It is the Page of Pentacles. So they are looking at a big shiny coin. And they're very youthful. I guess we could look at the character themselves. They have dark long hair, brown clothing, and youthful. Could be someone young. But apparently, yes, they know Christine. Alright. And then they commented on other reading pages. And Rahul Suri says, hey. Hey, Rahul Suri, hello. Kristen McDonald, hello. Hello back. Hello, welcome. Put this stick back. Alright. So I'm going to ask another tarot card deck and see. And answer John's next question. Does she know I'm getting readings on her? Okay, number 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The Tarot of Witches. Okay, does Christine know John is doing readings on her? Does Christine know that he's doing readings on her? Does Christine know? Does she have a clue? Does Christine have any idea he's doing readings on her? Is it taboo? We're gonna find out. Does she know? Does she know? Oop, it broke. Don't want that. Does Christine know? And my cards say yes. And 10 of Pentacles, yes. So she's really sure. Because these are, to me, right now, instead of money, it's saying She's aware that these things have manifested. And John says, I need to block this person. Okay. Alright, well, I hope that helps you out, John. How does she feel about it? Alright. How does she feel about it? How does she feel about it? How does she feel about it? The Ace of Batons. And the batons in this deck are the wands. So it's the beginning of magic. Or creativity. But at the moment, it's really saying magic to me for this case scenario. How does she feel? Okay, so she understands it's a topic of magic. Let me try to get a little bit more clarity. Let's try to get an emotional feeling card. Okay, boys? Okay, the Four of Batons. Ooh, breaking stick on the front cover. Security, organization, and manifestation. And magic. I don't think she approves of magic. And I don't think she approves of woo-woo. Like tarot cards and divination. I don't believe she believes in it. And that is what the cards are telling me. Alright, I hope that helps you out, John. Yes, like magic. In fact, that one represented to me, specifically at that moment, magic. Yes, Preston, you may ask something. And John says, IDK, what that means. Okay, so John, what I got from the card is that she doesn't like it. Okay, and it's good that you blocked them. And John says we can still talk though? And John asks, how does she feel about talking to me? I'll ask. Which deck would like to answer John? Hello, Feria. Okay, number 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Supernatural deck. Okay. How does Christine feel about talking to John? How does Christine feel about talking to John? How does Christine feel about talking to John? How does Christine feel talking to John? The sun. Oh, let's see the sun. Happiness, success, clarity, freedom, joy, and light. This is a major arcana. And the sun does represent good, positive things. However, I do take the character into consideration. And this character is. She is smart. And she is also ready for a fight. There is a blade in her hand. So she might be happy about talking to you, but she's also ready to fight. So I hope that helps you out, John. Okay, I put this away, then check chat. Okay, Infraria says, should I ask Z to let me move into the apartment I have in mind? It's my uncle. I'm thinking about moving out of my mother's. Okay, I'm gonna put Feria on the list, and then I'll catch back up with chat, and then I'll get to you, Feria. And Freya says, so I guess that would be 2 questions. One would be open to it. And Preston is, what does my Leo think of me lately? Okay, I'm gonna put Preston on the list. And Freya says, and 2, will I be okay if I move out? Because it will be a major lifestyle loss. Okay, and then Freya's. I'm gonna do Feria all together. Then John says, let's ask, based on me getting readings, does she want to talk to me? And then I'll get to John's question after Preston's. Okay, Feria. We're going to do Feria all together because you have a really complicated lineup. Let's take it from the top for Feria. Let's see. Should I ask Z to let me move into the apartment I have in mind? It's my uncle. I'm thinking about moving out of my mother's. So I guess that would be two questions. One would be open to it. And two, will I be okay if I move out because it will be a major lifestyle loss? Okay. So for Farius, this is a twofer. Would he be open to it? So, is he open to it, yes or no? And second question is, will you be okay if you move out because it will be a major lifestyle loss? Will you be okay? And will you be okay? Also, yes or no question. All right. So we're going to do these for Feria. We're going to pick a tarot card deck for you that wants to answer Feria's questions. Okay. Tarot card deck. King. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Supernatural deck. Slide it here. Okay. So should I ask Z to move into the apartment I have in mind? Would he be open to it? And will Feria be okay? Will Z be open to the move? And would Feria be okay? Okay, so, oh, I forgot to do the flip. There we go. That's much better. Okay, so is Z open to it? That says no. And will Feria be okay? No. So I'm gonna look into the cards for more answers, but for my yes/no questions, gonna refresh everyone. My reversals are my no's, and my yeses are right sides up. But these are both reversals, so they're both no's. So he's not okay with it. There's a very hostile lady here, and it's the Three of Swords. And this one normally means heartbreak or stabbing of the heart, a lot of mental work and conflict on the heart. So there's gonna be like a conflict between people if that happens, and it doesn't like that. And then would Feria be okay? We're gonna look into this more deeply. and it is the Five of Cups, which again is a conflict card. And this is going to be a card that is parties involved are going to be looking at the spilled cups and not the cups that are right side up situation. So they're going, like, the people involved would not be looking at any of the like, when you're moving with people, there is a conflict of personalities sometimes, and sometimes you'll focus on the bad stuff instead of being able to look at the good stuff. And that is what this card is telling me. Alright, so I hope that helps you out, Feria. I'll put this deck back and then we'll get to Preston. Preston's question. Preston's question. Okay, so Preston is, what does my Leo think of me lately? Alright, let's find out. I think that's an all deck question. Which deck would like to answer Preston? What does Preston's Leo think about Preston? All decks on board. All decks on board. Number 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The Crow deck. The Crow deck. There. Open the Crow deck. Open the Crow deck. Let's see. What does Preston's Leo think about Preston? What does Preston's Leo think about Preston? There we go. Battle. Oh no. We're gonna find out. Get this battle. Let's see the card. Let's see battle. What does Preston's Leo thinking of Preston lately? Battle. Crows are incredibly territorial and will fight intruders to maintain order within their space. You may find that defensive feelings are brewing, whether from within or from the external source. If you have perhaps stepped on some toes or entered into somebody's territory uninvited, be prepared to deal with the consequences. This card may also indicate that you will need to defend yourself against someone attempting to infiltrate your space. Take notice of the crows sitting on the wires. They are not involved, but are watching to see which bird is the victor. This may indicate that when it comes to your situation and the battle that is brewing, there may not be much in the way of outside support for either side. This could be an advantage or a disadvantage depending on your position. So, I do hate to report to you, Preston, but apparently Leo is feeling a bit hostile. You may want to look into that. I hope that helps you out. I'm going to put this tab back, and then we'll get back to John's question. Okay. John said, let's ask based on me getting readings, does she want to talk to me? Okay. And then John's is tarot cards. Which one would like to answer John's question? It is a yes/no question. Okay, it's gonna be the cat tarot. The cat tarot. Boop. Yes/no question. Let's ask based on John getting readings, does she want to talk to me? Okay. Based on getting readings, does Christine want to talk to John? Based on the readings, does Christine want to talk to John? Yes. Very nice. Alright. And it is yes. The card flipped correctly on the table, so it's a yes. And looking into the card, it is a major arcana. It is the Hierophant. And the Hierophant represents a teacher and a guru. Okay, and then tradition and convention. So a very structured person. So yes, she still wants to talk to you, John. Alright, so I have caught up on the list, and now I'm going to catch up on chat. By the way, I hope that helped out, John. I'm gonna clear the board and catch up on chat and see where we're at, and we're also gonna have tea. Lovely tea. Let's see here. Okay. And Varia says, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm sorry, Varia. And Rahul says, when you have time, do you see, will I succeed and happy on my exam result today? Exams recently completed. Okay, I'll put Rahul Suri on the list. And then once I catch back up on chat, I'm going to get to your question. Rahul is on the list. And then Feria says, will the freezer SP I just did her get out of my business. Will the freezer SP period I just did make her get out of my business? And Feria, the next thing Feria says is, can I ask what gets into me, onto me, so that I keep giving people all the cards to make my life a living hell? It's stronger than my own will sometimes. Is it trauma speaking? So, Feria, I'm trying to get a grasp on the freezer question. I'm not quite clear on that. Will the freezer SP dot I just did make her get out of my business? But I will put Feria on the list. Maybe you'll get back to me before I finish catching up on chat. Okay. And then, can I ask what gets onto me so that I keep giving people all the cards to make my life a living hell? Is it stronger than my own will? Is it stronger than my own will somehow? Is it trauma speaking? Yes. We're gonna help you out, Feria. You are on the list. I'm gonna catch up on chat though first. Ruby says hi. Hi, Ruby. And Ruby asks, does Amir miss me? Will B come back to me? So I'm guessing that's supposed to be, will he come back to me? I will put Ruby on the list after Feria. So everybody hang in there. I will get to you. Ruby. And then John says, damn. And then Brianna says, I love your readings. Can you tell me, while I'm out of the country, will I meet my future husband? And then Brianna's on the list. Alright, and now I have caught up on chat. I'm going to go up to Raul's question, and then we'll work our way down. When you have time, do you see, will I succeed and, I guess, be happy on my exam result today? Exams recently completed. Okay. So, will Rahul be happy about the results of the exam today? That's a very straightforward question. I'm going to give it a tarot card yes or no question. Will Rahul be... Which deck wants Rahul's question? Number 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The Octopus Tarot. Okay. Will Rahul be happy with his test results today? Wait, exam results? Exam results. Will Rahul be happy with his exam results today? Will Rahul be happy with his exam results today? Alright. Oh, Unfortunately for Rahul, the cards are telling me no. This is how I do yes or no questions, is that if they're reversed, then that's a no. If it's faced the correct way, then it's a yes. But this is a no, and this is Justice, a major arcana, and we're going to look into the card for more details. Okay, so I do apologize, Rahul, on that no. It does seem like everything is super complicated with the exam. So, it's telling me that, it was all very complex and it did not pan out. I'm sorry, Rahul. I hope that card answers your question. Okay, and then we're gonna go and try to figure out Faria's question. I'm gonna put this back. Okay, so Faria did not clarify, so I'm gonna try to clarify the question Faria was trying to get. Will the freezer SP? I just did make her get out of my business? Can I ask what gets onto me, so that I keep giving you the cards to make my life a living hell? It's stronger than my own will somehow. It is trauma speaking. Alright. Okay, so one question that I can surely see that you're asking is it trauma? That's a yes or no question. So is it trauma? It's a yes or no question. So is it trauma, first of all? And I think the second question would be, is it outside sources? Is it outside sources? Is it outside sources that is causing problems for Faria? Yes, no. So outside sources. Okay. So we're going to go with a tarot card deck. Tarot deck. So which deck would like to answer Faria? Okay, number 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Supernatural. Okay, so for Faria, is it trauma? And is it outside sources that are causing the issues? Okay, that was a good bridge. So, is it trauma? Yes, it is trauma. And is it outside sources? Yes. 9 of Cups. Oh boy. So, Faria. We're going to look into the cards for more details. Is it trauma? And I have to say, this is a very appropriate card for trauma because of the character from the show Supernatural. Because this guy is called Alistair, Alistar, and he tortures people for a living. So that's definitely a yes on the trauma. So yeah, trauma. And then the 9 of Cups and the outsources. So yes, these are outside sources basically attacking your emotions. So Feria, I hope that helped you out. And now I'm gonna move on to Ruby's question. Get to flip. There we go. No, the octopus deck also needs to be flipped. There we go. Alright. Then Ruby's question. Ruby. Does Amir miss me? Will he come back to me? That's also a twofer. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I know we're doing Ruby and Brianna. Okay, good. And since it's a twofer question, I like to stack it on the board. Let's see. We have, does Amir miss you? Amir. It's a yes, no question. And will he come back? Will he come back? And that's also a yes, no question. Okay. Which tarot card deck would like to answer Ruby's questions? Which deck would like to answer Ruby's question? J. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's gonna be the Prisma Visions tarot. Okay, there we go. So, does Amir miss Ruby? And will he come back? Gotta flip. These are yes, no questions. Does Amir miss Ruby? And that's a no. I apologize. My yes no questions. No's are reversed and right side ups are yes, but this card is a reverse. It is the King of Swords. And will he come back? Yes, he will come back because it's right side up. I know that sounds really confusing, but let's hear out the cards. So Amir, does he miss Ruby? So he is the King of Swords. And looking deeper into the card, and keeping in mind this is the King of Swords, the Master of Mind, because the sword is Master of the Mind. He does not miss Ruby. He has other things he's focused on. will he come back? Again, the Page of Swords. And it's a yes that he'll come back. So I feel like these are connected, definitely. Because they're both royal they're both royal positions of the sword suit. So I feel like they're related. So he will come back. And pages are youthful. Swords are still of the mind. Emhyr is still of the mind, but it's a version of him that will come back that feels younger, and he'll come back to you because he feels younger around Ruby. But right now, he doesn't miss you if he's away because he's focused on other things that has him acting more grown up and mastering his own mind. So it's a very interesting duality he has, and your guys' relationship is quite complicated. And I do feel like he's more into his mind than he is his heart. So, Ruby, I hope that helps you out. I'm going to put these back, and then we'll get to Brianna's question. Boop. There we go. Brianna. Greetings. Can you tell me, while I'm out of the country, will I meet my future husband? Alright, so which tarot card deck would like to answer Brianna's question? Which tarot card deck? This is another yes-no question. The tarot cards really love those questions. Okay, Queen, which is 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It's the Octopus Tarot. Very nice. Tuck this in here. Thank you. There we go. See, Brianna's question. Brianna's question. While Brianna is out of the country, will she meet her future boyfriend? So yes, no. Will Brianna meet her future boyfriend while she's out of the country? Will Brianna meet her future boyfriend while she's out of the country? Okay, and that is a no. Because my reversals are no's. Let's see what card it is. So look into it for more detail. It is the Seven of Pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles. A seven is reflection, knowing, and inquiry. And pentacles are coins, manifestations. While you are out of the country, everything is going to be super complicated. And you're going to be dealing with a lot of coins and organization. And it's not going to be a suitable time to find a boyfriend. So I hope that helps you out, Brianna. Alrighty. There we go. This way. Yeah, that way. Alright, and now I'm going to catch back up on chat with T. With T, I'm going to catch up with chat. T. Okay. And Preston says, thank you for my reading. You are so very welcome, Preston. Thank you for asking. Never be shy about asking questions. Okay, Feria says, they're two separate questions. Yes, they are. The first one about the thing I did working could be yes, no. Question is, why do I always do that to myself? That's a very good question. I'm going to ask the cards, Feria. So, Feria. Why does Feria self-sabotage? And Feria says, laughing, crying, crying. And Margaret, hello, Margaret, how you doing? And Margaret asks, will I have good news this week? Alright, I'm going to put you on the list, Margaret. And then John says, is she talking to me less because she knows I'm getting readings? Okay, I'm going to add John to the list. And Rahul Sari, did I miss? Yeah, you missed Rahul. It wasn't, so Rahul, I do regret to inform you that it was a no. I apologize. You can look back in the video and witness it for yourself. And I have now caught up on chat, so I'm going to do the list that is in front of me. We're going to go to Feria, because Feria's question was, why does Feria self-sabotage? And that is an all decks on deck question. So I'm opening that up to all of my decks. Which one wants to answer Feria? Why does Feria self-sabotage? Okay, you're very welcome, Rahul. Okay. And which deck wants to answer Feria? Number 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Supernatural. Oh, Winchester, please tell us why? Okay, why does Feria self-sabotage? Why does Feria self-sabotage? Let's find out. Ooh, that's a very nice shuffle. We'll go with that one. Ooh, we got Judgment. We got Judgment in the house. Alright, so Feria, you feel the judgment of others. And you don't like the judgment of others. So you adhere to the behavior that will please those others. And that in turn self-sabotages you, unfortunately. And that is what the intuitive in me is saying about this card. And it is a major arcana. And the picture a lot is just bringing most of the emotion here. This judgmental person is fixated on you and you feel so uncomfortable, and then you perform in ways that make you feel uncomfortable, and so this is a terrible cycle to be in. Again, this is trauma hurting you, and it's very unfortunate. So I am sorry, Feria. It's stressful. It is stressful for you. I do feel like that. And I am getting a bit of guidance that says you are going to need some outside help to help you with this outside problem. And I'm going to leave you with that, and I hope that helps, okay? So I wish you luck, Feria. I'm going to go on to the next question. Let's go to Margaret. Margaret's question. And Margaret says, will Margaret have any good news this week? That is a yes-no question. We're going to see which tarot card deck wants to answer Margaret's question today. Who would like to answer Margaret's question today? Will Margaret get good news? That's a yes-no question. And it's the cat tarot. Well, if nothing else, Margaret, you've gotten my silliest deck, and that is already good news to me. So, well, we're gonna go further and actually ask the cards. Ooh. So, will there be any good news for Margaret this week? Will there be any good news for Margaret this week? Will there be any good news for Margaret this week? We want some good news. Will there be good news? Okay. Oh no! I'm sorry, Margaret. So, it is a reversal, so it is a no. We're gonna look into the card for more details. It is the Six of Wands. And it is wands as toys with the cat deck. Okay. The cat is overstimulated by the toy. And that is why you're not going to feel like you get good news, because you're going to be very overstimulated this week. So I do apologize, Margaret. I hope it all works out. Try to relax, honey. You're gonna be under a little stress this week. I'm sorry you're not gonna get much good news, but try to relax. Try not to be too overstimulated. Okay, then we're gonna go to John's question. John's question. And John's question is she talking to me less because she knows I'm getting readings? Okay, which deck would like to handle John's question? Which tarot card deck? Which tarot card deck wants John's question this time? 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Robinwood Tarot. Robinwood Tarot. It's a yes-no question. Okay. Is she talking to John less because she knows she's getting he's getting readings? Is he talking to John less because of the readings? Is Christine talking to John less because she knows he's getting the readings? And the answer is yes. The Emperor. So we're going to look into the card for more details. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so John, you might find this interesting. Intuition has pointed me to the crows on the back of the throne. I'm not sure if you can see them. They're very faint. But that immediately reminded me of Odin on his throne. And I know the Emperor is a very authoritarian... How do you say that word? The Emperor has the qualities of leadership, authority, power, wisdom, and rules. So she may be intimidated by the fact that you're getting readings and the occult. And there's also a drinking horn over here. A drinking horn or a blowing horn that's on the corner of the throne. And I find that very curious. So I figured I'd pass that on to you. But again, yes. The answer is yes. So I'm going to put this back. I hope that helps you out, John. I'm going to put this deck back. And then I'm going to catch back up with chat and have some tea. There we go. Reset the board. There we go. And tea. There's my tea. Tea. Ooh, wow. Beautiful. Alright. And then Rahul came in. And then Rahul said, thanks for a great time. I rewind it. Very good. Hope you find it. Okay, and here we go. And John says, didn't expect this to happen. That's fair. That's fair, John. And then Brianna says, why did Will ghost me? Alright, I'm gonna put Brianna on the board, and then I'll get to your question after I catch up on chat. So, Brianna. And then Sakshi says hello. Will between Shubham and me get things normal at the end of June month? Okay, so I think Sakshi is a new subscriber. So hi Sakshi, welcome. I'm gonna put you on the list, and once once I finish catching up on chat, I'm going to answer everyone on the board. So you're going on the list, Sakshi. I will get back to your question, so hold on. And then John says, a reader told me someone was asking about John's feelings. Okay, John. With our initials. Okay. Continue with the story, John. I am going to get back to it. I am going to get to these readings, especially because we have a new subscriber. I want to honor their question. Let's go to Brianna. Who did Will ghost? Why did Will ghost Brianna? It's a very good question. I'm going to ask the tarot cards. Why did Will ghost Brianna? Why did Will ghost Brianna? Which tarot card deck? J, which is 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, Prisma tarot cards. Okay, why did Will ghost Brianna? Why did Will ghost Brianna? Okay, we have the Three of Pentacles. Okay, so the Three of Pentacles is one of those automatic cards to me. It is the job. He got busy. So he ghosted you because he got busy with work. Because it's the Three of Pentacles, he's working with other people, and he's making money, which is the Pentacles. He's manifesting money in coins. So it's his job. He's busy. So that's why he ghosted you. He got super busy with work. So I hope that helps you out, Brianna. And then I'm going to get to Sakshi's question. And again, welcome Sakshi. They are a new subscriber. So welcome. Hello, Will between Shubham and Sakshi get things normal at the end of June month? So I'm going to translate that a little bit better into English. I think the question is, will things between Shubham Ham and Sakshi be normal by the end of June month? And I think that is a yes-no question. So which tarot card deck is going to want to answer Sakshi's question? Okay, that's Queen. So that's 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And that's the Octopus Tarot. So will things between Stubham and Sakshi get normal by the end of June month? And that's a yes-no question. Will things become normal between Shubham and Sakshi by the end of June? Will things become normal? Okay, so I got a right side up card. So Sakshi, that means yes. Yes, things are going to be normalized by the end of June. And it's the Ace of Cups, and I'm going to look further into the card for more details. And it is the Ace of Cups, which means it's the beginning. And cups are very emotional, so it's probably love and emotion. And the picture itself is, depicting an octopus in water that's overflowing out of the cup. So it's not quite settled in the water, I notice. But I believe that will be in the case of things are a bit rough right now, but they are going to be okay by the end of June. Alright, so I hope that helps you out, Sakshi. And that's a big old yes. It will be okay by the end of June. Good luck. Okay, and now I'm going to catch back up on chat and have tea. You're very welcome, Sakshi. Let's see here. Okay, so John was saying, a reader told me someone was asking about John's feelings with our initials. And John says, yeah, that's okay. That's it. And Crunchy says, hey, Violet, greetings to all. Heart. Hi, Crunchy. Violet, I'm curious about 2 things tonight, if possible. Yes. And Crunchy says, John W., what are his thoughts, intentions towards me at this time? Just wondering, non-romantic. So I'm going to put Crunchy on the list. Crunchy. And Crunchy, you have unlimited questions just like everybody else. Go ahead and ask your questions. And then Sakshi says, thank you, and you're very welcome. And Sakshi asks, can I ask one more question? And yes, Sakshi, you may ask more questions. Just drop your question on, and then I'll be able to add you to the list. Okay, and Crunchy says, oh, hey, Violet. Hi, Crunchy, again. How's it going, Violet? It's going awesome. And how are your weekend, lol? And no, I try to ask them in moderation, but thank you. You're very sweet, Crunchy. You think about me a lot. I appreciate that. Alright. So, do, 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 do. So yeah, I'm doing well. I do have to let everyone know that I've been streaming for about an hour and I know you will. That was my phone. But what I actually had to tell you guys was that I've been streaming for an hour and 45 minutes. And my stop time is 2-hour streams. And that's for my mental health. So we got about 15 minutes left. So we're rocking and rolling. We're doing real good. Okay. And what? And Crutchy's other question is, what do you see happening between me and Frederico this weekend? All right, I remember Frederico. He's the work friend, the authoritative one. And OFC, I am naturally thoughtful person, and I'm glad you're good. Muy importante, absolutely, very important. And John says, the account is newer and the posts are all about tarot readings besides the Pampanga ones. And John says, I'd like to ask about that. Okay. I'll put John on the board. We'll figure that out. And then Crunchy says, we have some business together. Yes, you do. Very good. And Sakshi says, what is the current reality of my connection with Subham? Alright, and then we got Sakshi back on. Sakshi, you're back on the board. Very good. Alright. And John says, can we go into depth? I know you got 12 minutes. Well, let's see where the time brings us. I'm gonna get to Crunchy, and then your question, John, and then Sakshi. So I've now caught up on chat, and I'm gonna focus on these right now. So Crunchy had 2 questions. Let's go to the first one. Okay, so which deck? Okay, so which deck would like to answer? Let's see, John W. What are his thoughts, intentions towards me at this time? Just wondering, non-romantic. So, we got John W. What are his thoughts, intentions? And then the other question was, what do you see happening between Frederico and Crunchy this weekend? So, and then the other one is Frederico and this weekend. Okay, I got it. I got all 3. So we'll pick a deck for that. Okay, which deck wants to answer Crunchy's questions? Tarot card deck. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We got the Prisma Visions again. Prisma Visions. Do 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 do. Okay. Okay, so John W's thoughts, intentions, and then Frederico this weekend. Wow. Okay, I'm gonna look into these cards. Let's see. The Five of Pentacles is a conflict card with money. So John W's thoughts are he's having conflicts with money right now. He's probably having lackful thoughts of money. And since you asked if it has to do with you, when he looks at you, he sees a lack of work and a lack of money. And John W's intentions are the Six of Swords. And 6 is cooperation, alignment, and connection. And it's swords. So his intentions are to bridge between the two of you with thoughts, with logic. So he believes that even though his thoughts are of lack of money, he can bridge with you with logic peacefully. So that's John W. And then Frederico this weekend, we got a show here. I don't know if you can see that. That's quite a card. The King of Pentacles. And he is, of course, a master of the coins. My golly, you guys are going to have a really great weekend. A really great weekend of making money and just working it. That's really cool. I mean, this guy is standing on bullhorns. How much more epic can you get with that? That sounds like a really fun weekend. Go have fun with Frederico. Alright? And I hope this helped you out, Crunchy. I'm going to put these cards away. Then we're going to get to John's question. John's question. Let's see what John's question was. All right. The count is nowhere the poster all about the tarot card readings besides the Pampanga ones. In the poster all about tarot card readings, I'd like to ask about that. Okay, so John wants to ask about the account. And the poster all about the Pamganda ones. Okay, again, John wants to ask about. I'm just going to ask all the cards about that account for John. Okay, which deck wants to answer John's question about the account on Reddit? Number 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so account is newer. So about tarot card readings. Okay, so John wants to know about the account on Reddit. John wants to know about the account on Reddit. John wants to know about the account on Reddit. Okay, the Chariots. It is a major arcana. The Chariots. So ambition, success, willpower, control, determination and answer, and action. And I know the Chariot also represents forward rushing momentum. So there is a lot of momentum in this card. Yeah. Need to adjust my table. There we go. Alright. So, and I know this card is about charging ahead. And you want to know about the account on Reddit. So this account has a lot of activity on it. And it is just charging full speed ahead. Okay. It is a major arcana. I see it being a big conflict in John's mind. Yeah. It's like, alright, so another thing I'm gonna say about this account is that it's charging full speed ahead, and I do not see it stopping. I see its determination on going and going and going. And it's like you're going to have to catch up to it to stop it. But until you do, it's just going to keep doing its thing, whether you like it or not. And that is what the cards are telling me. Okay. Alright, I'm going to put this deck back, and then we're going to get to Sakshi's question. Okay. Sakshi's question. What is the current reality of my connection with Shubham? So, which deck would like to answer Sakshi's question? Let's see. 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Trust your vibes. Okay, we're going to look back at the question here for clarity. What is the current reality of Sakshi's connection with Shubham. What is the current reality with the connection with Shubham? What is the current reality? Clear the path. Clear the path. Here. Let me see that card. This is an oracle deck, so I'm going to be reading from the book. It is number 36. Clear the past. Alright, so current reality of the connection with Shubham. Clear the path. To flow in spontaneity and synchronicity, your guides have advised you to please forgive those who have hurt you and free your attention and energy from the past. It restores your vitality and awareness of higher vibrations. Nothing positive comes from holding on to the wounds of the past. They're just preventing you from experiencing the blessings and guidance of today. Notice that what represents and old angers are burdening to your hearts. One by one, abolish these psychic chains by forgiving those involved, including yourself. Acknowledge the gifts each past injury has offered you. This will allow you to forgive more quickly. And if you're stuck or not in the mood to forgive, fake it. Even pretending to forgive sets the wheel of healing and higher vibrations in motion. This doesn't mean you condone anything unjust or feel that it was okay for anyone to injure you. It simply means that you are ready to move past these mistakes and seek higher and more loving vibration. You can't reach what your heart seeks as long as you remain psychically attached to past wounds. If you seek justice, ask your angels to render it and let go. You will immediately experience a lightening of heart, a deeper connection to your higher self and your guides. In this lighter state, your guides can redirect you far more easily to what will bring you peace and calm. So, in context with your question, what is the current reality of your connection with Subham? This card is indicating that you need to forgive that person for hurting you and start healing from whatever has done to you, and then you can heal from that. Okay? So go and forgive and go seek higher and more loving vibrations. So I hope that helps you, Sakshi. I'm going to put this away. I'm going to catch up on chat. And we are over the 2-hour mark, so we're going to catch up on chat. See where we're at. And then I'm going to be ending soon. But I'm going to catch up on chat first. Clear the board. Alright. Let's see. We go into depth. I know we only have 12 minutes. I told her I use Reddit some context. Well, not weekend, but upcoming week. Okay, yeah. With Frederico. Yeah. And John says, let's get a clarifying thing. John says, this person is on numerology pages. Okay. And Crunchy says, I hope so. I owe him FYI. Frederico is my landlord. Yes, he is. Go have fun. Look, all the cards I've drawn for Frederico has made him into a very interesting and awesome person to me. So, hey, awesome. And Crunchy says he's my landlord who likes me, and he's been trying to work with me so we can have a friendlier relationship. Slightly than most, but it's still all business. Yes. Okay, Crunchy says, so thank you, Violet. Heart. You're very welcome. And John says, oh my god, man. Alright, so, guys, this has been one of the most intense streams I've had for a while. Thank you for all being here. And I will no longer be doing morning streams. I'm going to be moving to night streams because summer work has finally come around, and I have to go back to work tomorrow, and they updated me on my schedule today. So things are still getting moved around at my job. It's super interesting. But anyway, I'll see you guys tomorrow night. I'm gonna keep the evening streams going forward. So I'll see you guys in the future. So thank you for stopping by. Bye.